Today I'm going to talk about a subject that I have never talked before. Elisa. Let me see if this is working. Yes, it's working. If there is any problem, yeah, sound is okay. Sound checking. Let me see over here. Yes, everything's working fine. All right. Today I'm going to talk about a subject that I never talked before, and it is spirit attachment. Why I'm going to talk about this? Oh, I need to see the link. You might have heard me saying that I started practicing meditation at the age of 18. I have a friend who always teases me. And because of that, my life was really, and my body was full of light, of energy. I love the sensation of this energy in my body when I practice deep meditation, and I get every day to that deep state of peace, where deep healing occurs. Because of that, there are many subjects that I didn't have in my life. For example, I didn't believe that there are entities, that there are spirit attachments, that there are toxic energies, because I was never exposed to that. I'm going to... So, about 4 years ago, or a little more, I was talking to a friend of mine, great healer, and she told me, talking about this world, unseen world of spiritual things, the good and the toxic ones, and she tells me, if you are going to be a healer, if you are a healer, you better believe on this. For her, it was easy because she can see the energy. So God gave me all the information to start practicing, and more than practicing, to see those toxic energies working on people. And I'm going to tell you the experience that I have just in the last week. One night, I think it was last week, I read in this wonderful book that I'm going to recommend to all of you who are healers. It's called Advanced Medical Intuitive by Tina Zion. And she talks about spirit attachments. And she says, spirit attachments are what we usually call evil entities. In my practice, I divided these toxic energies in static energy blockages, entities which are conscious forms of toxic energies, individual forms, conscious forms of toxic energies, and evil entities which are more serious, individual toxic forms of energy. And Tina said that some of them are spirit attachments. Now, what are spirit attachments? I will just tell you the two experiences that I had, one today and one a few days ago, I think Friday last week. Last week, this woman came in pain, physical pain, and also mental pain, because her husband committed suicide two years ago. And she told me since then my life has changed, and I feel this pain in my body, in my back, everywhere. So we did some healing, and I found that there was a deep energy blockage that I identified as a spirit attachment. Well, was very obvious because the husband died, committing suicide. And this is what happened. When somebody commits suicide, the soul, because of lack of knowledge, is confused. The soul sees, my body is there, I am here. What is going on? I don't know what is going on. They have this fear to go to the light. We are shown a path to go to the light, but because of the remorse of committing suicide and a life, in order to commit suicide, you have to live a life with a lot of fear, anxiety, depression. So you are not around good energies. So today, consciously, I talked to this person. I said, we are going to free your husband in a spirit that is attached to you. I found through the book of Tina Zion and my scanning that my client had the spirit attachment, had energy cords attached to the body. People who can see the energy, they see those cords of energy attached somewhere in our chakras. Usually in our chakras. Why? Because they feed from the energy of our chakras. So we did a process, and very clearly I felt that spirit, the spirit of the deceased husband, left her body. When we finished the session, I asked her, how do you feel? And she said, wow, I feel floating in a cloud. I feel light. And some of the pain was gone. And I'm pretty sure all the pain will be gone by tonight or tomorrow. I had another experience last week. A young woman came with her mother. They didn't tell me absolutely anything, and I identified a spirit attachment on her second chakra. So after the session, we start talking, and she said, well, I am having a relationship with the spirit. And she even told me the name of the person. And they are having a romantic relationship in spirit. And that, yes, is real. I didn't believe in that. The first time that I read about that, it was in the book, The Ancient Secrets of the Flower of Life from Drumbalo Melchizedek. And it's a chapter specific on a woman that had a spirit attachment making love with her. It was hard to believe. But then one of my clients sent me a text with exactly the same words. So this lady who came last week confessed that and some other things. So I found that human spirit attachment to this woman, and she confirmed that later. What happened is she is enjoying that energy interaction. So she's not letting that spirit free to go to the light, back to the light, to the spirit world, the astral world, or wherever the spirit is going to go. And this spirit is having fun with this woman in the earth. So I know that this is very out there. Hola Cuata, hola Elisa. Voy a hacer estos videos en Spanish. I'm going to put a little comment, please share. And why I am talking about this? The only reason I am talking about this is if you're a healer, to be aware of this. By any means to be afraid, because these discarnated souls that usually died in an accident or commit suicide, they are confused and they don't move on in the cycle of evolution to the spirit world, a world of light. It's not that the vicious people are going to be in a happy place. They are not. They are going to suffer on the other side, but that's not our subject today. So this unseen world of the toxic energies exist, and we just have to be aware. If you are a healer, read the book of Tina Zion, Advanced Medical Intuitive. Read the book. So this unseen world of the toxic energy. And if you're not a healer, just be aware that some of us, a friend or even yourself, could have an spirit attachment. Now, how do we know we have one? We have chronic fatigue, an event happened in your life and you don't have enthusiasm for life, you are drained. A woman told me, I don't drink, but I was dating this man, and just to go along with him I started drinking beer, and in 3 occasions of our period of dating I drank a little too much. And the man, my boyfriend, told me, you were not yourself, and you told me you will never be like the name of her ex-husband who died. She doesn't remember that. The important thing is she was not herself. When we have an spirit attachment and we allow the spirit to take over us by drinking, I mentioned so many times in my video, drinking, getting drunk is an open call to this spirit to be attached to us. For her was for the spirit to talk through her. And this woman told me that a year later or so, she went to see an intuitive, or a friend, and the intuitive says exactly with the same. She went to see a medium, and the medium told her, your husband is saying, deceased husband, you will never have a man like me. So after the healing, this woman left free, and I really hope she will find a good man in her life. All right, we are going to do the healing. I wanted to do all the healing today, and we are going to do what we do every week. If there is anybody around after 7:30, I may do another healing process, other healing processes that I use with clients, distance clients, that are very powerful. I will start preparing the room. I'm going to the other side, and today I'm going to play my harmonium, because even though I've been playing it for maybe, I don't know, close to 40 years, I am still discovering the power of devotional chanting. I talked to you in a monastery, I said before in a video, in a monastery in France, I think Benedictine monks were chanting Gregorian chants. At some point they prohibit to chant the Gregorian chants, and 95% of them got sick. A doctor came and he realized that they got sick when stopped singing these devotional chants to God, to Christ. He prescribed to chant those Gregorian chants again. Those Gregorian chants have a very high vibration. I know them, some of them. I still remember to sing them. And when they resume the chanting, they all heal. Why? The reason I know that is because I feel it. When I play my harmonium and devotional chants, I feel a jet, an avalanche of energy coming into my medulla oblongata, into my heart, from the back of my heart and the front of my heart, just like those drawings of the cones of energy of the chakras that are behind the chakra, on the back and on the front. And guess what? I feel my body full of energy, and then I feel light. So by singing devotional chants, we get healed, we remove energy blockages, and we remove entities. This is the reason that for so many years I didn't believe, I wasn't exposed to this world of toxic energies of entities and spirit attachments. Now, when I am strong enough, I learn about this. Okay, let's begin. I need 2 things. Remember that what we do is very simple. We just lay down in any comfortable place. The bed is the best. And we just mentally say, I am receiving an energy healing session from Carlos. If you have been listening to the beginning of the of the conversation, you don't need to do that. We are already connected. I need to put this on the full screen for people to see. I need to see how will it work. And then you can make an intention. I don't want this pain in my body anymore. I don't want this physical pain or emotional pain or anything like that. After that, just feel your body. Just feel your body is all that we need to do. Okay, let's see if I can put it closer. All right, I'm going to the next room and we start the session now. For the friends who ask if I'm going to do this in Spanish, yes, I will do that in Spanish. Sí, Anaí y Galia Peña, lo voy a hacer, y Lupita y María Díaz y todos los que hablan español, lo voy a hacer en español también. Si tienen alguna pregunta, if you have any question, I will be more than happy to answer. If not, I would like to do another healing process. Let me just write for people in Facebook. Okay. If you don't ask me any question, I don't feel like talking much. This is all about healing. If it's anybody, there are a few people in Facebook. I'm going to do another healing process. It's called the Pulse. It's from Jodanin, the healer who healed my son, and thanks to that, I was attracted to this world of energy healing. I studied with her, then I studied Reiki. And it's very simple. We have to choose an item that we don't want anymore in our lives. It could be a health condition, it could be a broken heart, it could be something mental. I remember when this process was practiced on me by a friend, I told him, I cannot take this situation out of my mind. And he said, that's it. That will solve the problem. And he did this process, and that situation was gone completely that day in one session of this pulse. We think in a situation, for example, I lost my job, I am concerned or have fear, I am preoccupied because I don't know if I'm going to have money to pay the rent. I don't know if I will be able to support my children and things like that. So this is the main item. And also we need to think about all the ways that situation is bothering us in our lives. We don't have the money because we lost a job, so we are worried about paying the rent, doing the payments of the car, support our family, and so on. I have a broken heart. My pet died. That affects me because I cannot focus on my work. I cannot focus on my meditation. I am triste. I am sad during the day. So it's affecting us, that main event, in many ways. So we have to choose an item that is bothering us in our lives and think about that for about 4 minutes. It's like we are complaining about that situation. I have a challenge in my body, a illness, a health condition, and it's bothering me because I cannot do my normal activities, I cannot run, I cannot exercise, I cannot go dancing, whatever you like to do. So we close our eyes, and when this toxic emotion comes, this energy, which is the same that we just experienced in the group healing. By the way, I love when you put your comments if you felt relaxed or any experience that you have. So in these 4 minutes, we close our eyes. I will have to put this sign again, especially for the people in Facebook. There won't be any sound, I forgot to put the instructions in Facebook. There won't be any music because there is no need for music. and we process and we do this process. It's the very first time that I am doing this. It's very powerful. I was healed, and I can do it on my own. Heal from situations. For example, I am upset with a person, and that obsession of being upset or being angry or sad about the situation with a person it cannot get it out of my mind. So I do the process on myself on that item, and I just do what I ask you to do. So during 4 minutes, just think about the main item you don't want anymore in your life, you want to be changed, and all the ways it's affecting your life. So let's begin now. Alright, you can bring your conscious back. As a last thought for today, Christmas is coming, and and I'm laughing at my face with my eyes closed. But believe me, I feel a lot of peace. Christmas is coming, and last Sunday was it? I believe so. 10 days ago. I went to a service at the Self-Realization Fellowship Temple, the path of Paramahansa Yogananda, who has been my spiritual teacher, and the monk says, in the astral realms, angels are celebrating the birth of Christ. And it was very interesting for me because as you know, I'm not a person talking about angels and things like that because I wasn't exposed to that beliefs. However, I understand Christ was he was the real God-sent soul to help people to move from this primitive thinking of controlling and violence to love. And his message was spread all over the world. And the monk says, join to this inner celebration. So next Sunday, the 22nd, the 15th, we have a 8 hours meditation in all Self-Realization Fellowship temples. And I've been participating in this long meditation since I was 18 back in Argentina. And it's a great, great celebration. I know it's hard for the body, but it's amazing for the soul. So this Saturday, thousands of people all over the world will sit down in silence for 8 hours. There is a break of half an hour in between. No food, not to eat. And we practice silence meditation because only in the stillness and in the silence we can make contact with God. That's what meditation is all about. I invite you, if you have some spiritual inclination, to join this high vibration day next Saturday and to reflect on the spiritual meaning of Christ. Paramahansa Yogananda explains that the Christ came to, well, we know, came to uplift the consciousness. And he said that the second coming of Christ means the Christ consciousness that comes to us when we contact with that consciousness through deep meditation. All right, my friends, thank you for being here. I will see you next Tuesday. Invite your friends. Hello, Lady Downey. Hello, Downey. How are you? And I hope to see some of you. And share, please, especially the people in Facebook. This is the only way that more people will be benefited with this free group healing session. And the more we are, the more energy everybody will feel. Please remember, put it in your calendar, and I wait for you every Tuesday at 2 p.m. I don't think I will do it on the 25th. Maybe I will do it. I don't know. If I am around, I will do the distance healing on the 25th to celebrate this spiritual occasion. Bye-bye, everybody. I love you all. Hope to see you soon.